all been uplifted by over the years. I'd like to go to Coach Anderson at Paul Quinn University. I know that Mike Sorrell, your president, was inspirational and the foundation behind President Obama's speech and the whole Show Me Your Walk movement and that online revolutionary thing. So thank Paul Quinn for leading there, Paul Quinn College in Dallas. And maybe you can tell us specifically through an athletic lens, since you're a coach there, how is the university pivoting at Paul Quinn? And then how do you see that impacting students as well? What are you doing to kind of take that President Obama message forward?
Well, first and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me clearly. I had to go outside. I got a house full of kids, and they would not allow me to be great today. So I decided to come outside, get a little fresh air while social distancing, and coming to you on behalf of Dr. Michael J. Sorrell and Paul Quinn College, and, you know, a coach. I am a coach, and I've been able to see things a little differently. First and foremost, let me go to President Obama's speech and what the full commencement meant. You know, I hear a lot of comments sometimes that the president and the cabinet don't hear, being that I'm more peer-facing at times. And I know that a lot of my individual players were extremely upset at not getting the opportunity to walk across the stage. So when the Show Me Your Walk movement came about, I don't know that my students fully understood what it really meant for them. I kept pushing. They then decided, okay, coach, we're gonna listen to it. We're gonna see what it's about. And honestly, they had more fun watching it and being a part of it virtually than I think that some of them probably would have had simply walking across the stage, because they got a message from someone that has been influential and pivotal in our culture, you know, a Black president. And they got the message that Black excellence is important. They got a message that, you know, our culture has been hit so hard with so many things that have not allowed at times for us to feel that we're great as a culture. But, you know, him doing what he's done, the message that he gave reminded our young adults now that they can do exactly what he did and be something that people are constantly telling them that they're not capable of being or doing. He just reminded them that even through this, like you said, we're not going to necessarily call it a crisis, but even through COVID, they got a chance to get a college degree. And, you know, there are a lot of students that could have and would have stopped simply because they didn't have the monetary, the means to get a computer, the means to have the internet. And I think that's one thing that our HBCUs have done a great job of doing, is being patient with our students. At Paul Quinn, I mean, we have the majority of our students are Pell eligible students. And, you know, we all know what that means. We know that that means that their families and their parents can't provide like a lot of the other students and other institutions have their students. Their parents can provide a means for their education. And since we have the students that typically don't have those funds, we had to learn something different. We had to do something different. We had to be their rock and shield. We had to pat them on the back and remind them that even through all of this, you're still going to get the help that you deserve. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to kick you to the curb. We're not going to push you to the side. We're not going to chastise you or put you in a corner because you're not capable of doing something great. And so I think that that is what has, at Paul Quinn, what we've been able to do is just be patient and create a different plan. You know, beforehand, we had already moved to a hybrid course curriculum, which I think that kind of prepared us a little bit to have to go completely online and be in distant learning. But at the end of the day, we had to do it at a drop of a hat. And then going back and telling all these students, hey, you're going to have to go home. And some of them have homes, some of them don't. But we still provided an opportunity for them to learn and get an education that they so well deserve.
Thank you, Coach Anderson. I wanted to let everyone know, and it's a little bit of a surprise announcement, but on behalf of Intel, our sponsoring partner, we're going to be sending computers to your institutions, the new Intel Nook, to help really bridge that digital divide. So we want to applaud Intel for stepping up and helping us in this time, and also applaud all of our sponsors, virtual applause.
We appreciate that.
Or golf clap.
Great news.
We're going to continue our mission on our computer drive to really level the playing field between PWIs and HBCUs on behalf of students. Coach Anderson, how can we help Paul Quinn College, both the institution and the students?
Well, you know, I mean, I think everyone has pretty much said everything. They've all hit the nail on the head, you know. I especially agree with Dr. Pinker with the recalibration. But I mean, it's as simple as this. Everyone wants to enjoy a HBCU when it comes to a party. They want to put all their money into it when it comes to a party. But that same motivation and that same energy you have when it comes to a homecoming, let's have that energy when identifying talent academically. Let's have that energy when it comes to identifying talent athletically, and send those students to those HBCUs. And I'm only saying that because, I mean, I am a coach, and I've seen where we end up getting the student athletes after they have been, quote unquote, done wrong. But, you know, I wasn't fortunate. And I'm saying this, I was not fortunate enough to play at an HBCU, simply because an HBCU felt as though they didn't have the means to come and recruit a player like myself. So I ended up going to a PWI. And I've coached at nothing but HBCUs. And I've coached at HBCUs because I have a story that I think that sits well with those student athletes. So I just want to say that I think that the people that we say that we have that are being supportive of these HBCUs, they have to support us on all levels, and not when it only comes to something that's benefiting themselves.
Coach Anderson, I think you hit the nail on the head. As we say in our community, keep that same energy. For every path in terms of support.